Hey, Shalom. I give all praise, honor, and glory to you. How about Shem Shai? Double honor to the apostle of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to y'all. Can push this truth throughout the four winds. Yeah, man, I'm back with another video through the Spirit. I hope it's edifying. It's basically going into how all the things in the New Testament recites all the things from the Old. Okay, you know, because people believe that basically the New Testament is something that just basically fresh. You know what I'm saying? It's like something that's newly sprouted up, and not realizing that for the most part it's just prophecies that's come to pass, or that's going to come to pass, or these men are reciting things from the Old Testament. Just like when they'll tell them about thou shalt not commit adultery, they got that from the Old Testament. Okay, so it's not nothing that's new. It's just reiterated. You know what I'm saying? The new just verifies and upholds the old. And just using those terms, New Testament and Old Testament, I mean, when you think about it, it never was that, you know. But it was a trick bag set up that people wouldn't get it, you know. So I'm going to start off in Isaiah 40:3. It says, the voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare. It says, prepare the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our power. John 1:23, he said, I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness, make straight the way of the Lord, and said the prophet Isaiah. Okay, it was prophesied the way would be made straight. Okay, find that Isaiah and John. Okay, so this is Genesis 28:12. It says, and he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up in the earth, on the earth, and at the top of it reached to heaven, and behold, angels of the Most High ascending and descending on it. So like it's John 1:51, it said, and he said unto him, verily, verily, I say unto you, hereafter ye shall see heaven open, and the angels of the Most High ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. So, freshly reiterated, okay? Prophecies being spoken and fulfilled. This is Psalm 69:9. It says, for the zeal of thine house hath eaten me up, and the reproaches of them that reproached thee are fallen upon me. John 2:17. And his disciples remembered that it was written, the zeal of thine house hath eaten me up. Okay, so where's the big difference from the old and the new? You know, people get tied up and wrapped up in scriptures that they think they have meaning of, and it's really not what they think it means. All these things are basically to try to get other nations to basically get salvation. You know, that's what it ultimately boils down to. The other nations want salvation, so things that say clearly what they say, they negate to try to make it fit the narrative of salvation is passed down to everyone now, which is not accurate. It's Numbers 21. Chapter 21 verse 8, it says, and the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent and set it upon a pole, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole, and it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. Now this is tying directly into John 3:16. Okay, this shows you lack of understanding. John 3:14, it says, and as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up to Israel. And it was basically, you get the concept of these men being saved from dying, from being bitten by serpents, just like it's talking about us being saved by Yahweh Shai from the death of the things that's going to come into this place. And that's the serpent. Okay, the serpent is basically Esau too in that spirit. So that serpent in Genesis, Numbers right here, is the same. It's like spiritual. You look at the serpent here, it's Esau and his philosophies. Okay, if we're bitten by that serpent, what do? We tell you John 3:16 means everybody can be saved now. Okay, it's poisonous venom. Okay, this is Micah 6:15. It says, thou shalt sow, but thou shalt not reap. Thou shalt tread the olives, but thou shalt not anoint with the oil. And sweet wine, but shall not drink wine. John 4:37. And hereon is that saying true, one soweth and another reapeth. We can see that was pulled straight from Micah. Okay, and that's like one of the curses. Psalm 78:24. And had rained down manna upon them to eat, and he given them of the corn of heaven. John 6:31. Our fathers did eat manna in the desert, as it is written, he gave them bread from heaven to eat. See, it's just basically regurgitating the old. Exodus 16:15, it says, and the children of Israel saw it, and they said one to another, it is manna from the for thy wist not what it is. And Moses said unto them, this is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. John 6:31 again. Okay, our fathers did eat manna in the desert, as it is written, he gave them bread from heaven to eat. Isaiah 54:13. And all the children shall be taught of the Lord, and great shall be the peace of thy children. John 6:54. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be taught of the Most High. Every man therefore that hath heard and hath learned of the Father cometh unto me. Okay, so it's a generational thing being passed down. Okay, simple. But these things are basically coming from old to new. You know, it's kind of like if you look at the letters that Paul wrote, the epistles. If Paul wrote these epistles, and they were for the learning of Israel, you know, to teach them the truth, that's the same thing we're doing today. But in this modern day term, these same scriptures, the way we're doing them through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, look how they go out now. We don't have to travel or send a messenger with the message all over the four winds. You simply have technology. You got the unicorn, okay? You got the internet, you know? And once it hits, boom, send. Now everybody all over the world can watch exactly what you put up. It's the same way, okay? It's a thing called progression. The Lord made it, each captivity, easier and easier and easier for the elect to be sealed, okay? Man, look how easy it is to simply put a video up and people get edified on the other side of the world. So that's how the New Testament and Old Testament works. You basically have things are being said, and what the thing is, they're being easier understood. Okay, they're easier understood now. Because this time we live in, technology is like it's on a whole nother level now. You know, you got all these 4K, 5K, 8K TVs, and just things are just so advanced. So the Lord he's basically making it to where no one's gonna have an excuse. These things are dummy proof now. All these things are dummy proof. Nobody is not going to be able to say, well, I didn't know. The Lord is making it super simple and super clear. Okay? Leviticus 12:3. And in the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised. John 7:22. Moses therefore gave unto you circumcision, not because it is of Moses, but of the fathers. And ye on the Sabbath day circumcise a man. Okay? Circumcision. Customs to Israel. Okay? We see these things in the law that's being repeated. Isaiah 55:1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters. And he that hath no money, come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living waters. Okay? So it's about belief in this passage. All right? And the water and all that, that's figuratively speaking. All right? But where do we just see that? In Isaiah. This is Isaiah 58:11. And the Lord shall guide thee continually and satisfy thy soul in drought and make fat thy bones, and thou shalt be like a watered garden and like a spring of water whose waters fail not. John 7:38 again. He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living waters. Okay? So that living water, this is the truth. This is the doctrine. Okay? So it's nothing new in the New Testament that the Old didn't say. You just have different names on the same people that was reincarnated. Okay? Saying some of the same things in past times. Hope this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing to you, Akims, throughout the four wind, pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom.